Russia's most powerful strategic bomber is back in the Arctic skies. Two Tu-160 missile carriers carried out a non-stop 11-hour flight over the neutral waters of the Arctic Ocean in a clear show of long-range power projection. The Russian military calls it routine, but this was a message flight, and it comes as Ukraine peace negotiations continue in the diplomatic background. The Tu-160 is not a routine aircraft. It is Russia's nuclear-capable strategic bomber, built to send messages across continents and oceans. Its presence over the Arctic is not just about patrol, it is about dominance. While Moscow engages diplomatically on Ukraine, it is simultaneously flexing muscle in another battleground, the Arctic. This is Russia negotiating with one hand and carrying a strategic bomber in the other. This flight comes just 48 hours after a closed-door Kremlin meeting on Arctic strategy. In that meeting, Murmansk Governor Andrei Chibis laid out why this region is now central to Russia's future.
Taking into account the significance of the Arctic for our country in terms of geopolitical security, considering the resource base that the Arctic possesses, the development of the Arctic today for our country is as important as the development of space was for the Soviet Union. A phrase was even born: the Arctic is the new space. And in our view, as well as in the view of the experts we work with, this could become a kind of national idea, given the scale and significance of this task.
Chibis made it even clearer that this was not just development talk. This was about sovereignty and survival.
Considering that the Northern Sea route ensures the connectivity of the country and secure connectivity of the country, this is an issue of the geopolitical security of the resource base that exists in the Arctic, and of a transport corridor of global importance, which is shorter than the one through the Suez Canal, and most importantly, is fully under Russian jurisdiction.
He also openly acknowledged rising global tension and militarization in the Arctic. And this is where the Tu-160 flight fits perfectly into the bigger picture.
Competition for the global Arctic is growing. You know this very well, and we feel it too, even in terms of attention from countries that are geographically far from the Arctic. But the militarization of the Arctic and the competition for these resources are growing. Yet Russia is the undisputed leader. 46% of the gross product produced in the global Arctic is produced on our territory.
And while Ukraine peace talks are being discussed through back channels, Russia is making sure its leverage does not disappear. With Tu-160 bombers in the Arctic sky, Moscow is asserting dominance in another strategic theater. The message to NATO is blunt: you can talk, Ukraine. But while you talk, Russia flies. And when Russian bombers are flying over the Arctic, it's not just a patrol, it's control.